A clean country stream. It may seem like something of the past, but you may be surprised that our rivers, lakes, and groundwater are actually cleaner today than 10, 20, even 50 years ago. In part, it's because today's Hoosier farmers are good stewards of our land. Farmers are finding the road to better conservation is an easy path to follow. Environmental responsibility isn't just a matter of being a good neighbor. Conserving our natural resources is an investment in our future. But many of the poor examples some would like us to believe are based on outdated stereotyped views of farming. Our best production techniques of 5 years ago already may be outdated. Recent innovations allow farmers to harvest larger yields from fewer acres, in harmony with the environment. There are measurable examples of new farming techniques that protect our soil, water, and other natural resources. Conservation tillage, like no-till, disturbs the soil less and leaves old plant materials on the soil surface. Nearly 2/3 of the crops produced in the state are grown under some type of conservation tillage system. Some of the many other conservation methods include ridge till, grass waterways, and filter strips, all aimed at keeping the soil and other elements where they belong, on the land and not in our streams and rivers. By the turn of the century, 80% of our cropland will be under some type of residue management programs. Hoosier farmers will continue to learn about the advantages of conservation through field demonstrations and research activities such as those at Purdue University and other land-grant colleges. Crop production aids have changed dramatically in recent years. In fact, since 1981, the pounds of active ingredients of pesticides applied to cropland has decreased by nearly 20%. Non-conventional practices that are better for the environment are becoming a mainstay, while maintaining the high production of food and fiber that our nation demands. Scouting fields to verify the presence and types of insects and weeds are normal practices today. Researchers here are looking for pests. If found, the pest's natural enemies will be released, plotting good bugs against bad bugs. Integrated pest management, or IPM as it's called, is nothing new to farmers, just improved. It allows farmers to selectively apply crop protectants only when an economic loss may occur. For years, farmers have rotated crops to break the life cycle of insects or weeds which may be detrimental to one crop and have no effect on another. The use of computers and laser-guided sprayers enable farmers to use pinpoint accuracy when production aids are used. Manure management practices in livestock operations are no exception. While it used to be spread along the field, now many farmers are finding the byproduct of livestock is better if applied using modern techniques. Here, treated manure is actually injected into the soil to reduce runoff. Good management practices are sometimes driven by economics as well as environmental concerns. Today's farmers are professionals, educated, trained, and certified in the latest techniques to properly manage the chemicals they use. Producing more on fewer acres also allows farmers to leave portions of the land idle, therefore providing habitat for wildlife. And studies show they are willing to provide more. In a pilot project, the USDA's latest conservation efforts called the Wetlands Reserve Program sought to put 50,000 acres of prior converted cropland back to wetlands. The response was overwhelming. According to this report, of the 250,000 acres offered, about 20% were selected due to the maximum enrollment limit. This study shows the Wetlands Reserve Program's popularity and broad-based support has other farmers hoping to sign up for future programs. Wildlife populations depend on the hospitality of Hoosier farmers more than any state park or wildlife preserve. Agriculture is responding to a number of other environmental concerns, even problems that are off the farm. The solutions? Products that are derived from renewable farm commodities, including ethanol from grain to reduce automobile emissions and inner-city pollution, plastics from grain starch that break down and are biodegradable, and ink from soybean oil to replace petroleum-based printer's ink. Alternative use products are good for the farm economy and America. Farm organizations like Farm Bureau are also helping farmers become environmentally sensitive through field demonstrations and seminars, plastic chemical container recycling projects, and funding of cooperative rural well water testing programs. Farmers are our nation's true environmentalists. Working in concert with nature, we promise not only to sustain but improve our land and water resources so that we may pass them on in better shape to future generations. While we are the first to realize the benefits of such stewardship, all Hoosiers stand to reap the rewards.